What is up, fam? Schizo coming back at you. Well, I want to have a little talk here today about opiates and opiate addiction, and how people get treated with opiates and their addiction. Even when somebody goes and tries to get help, just because you're an addict. I mean, you'll always be an addict. Just because you're an addict, and people put you down. That's bullshit, man. I'll probably get slaughtered in my comments. People are probably going to hate me and be like, "Oh, I ain't subscribing to him. He's just a drug addict or whatever." No, I'm not a drug addict. But I get tired of hearing people put down people that was addicted to opiates, and they go and get help. They're going through the methadone, going to the methadone clinic, trying to get help, doing better for themselves. But then you still got all these other people putting them down and saying they're just going to the clinic to get a free high. They ain't nothing but piece of shit junkies. Well, I'm sorry to let y'all know, but most clinics are paid cash, so they're not going to get a free high. And there are people that go to that methadone clinic to wing down, get off of it, and get help. I mean, y'all, some people are there just so they can get high and not be sick. But not everybody. So you shouldn't put people down until you know their full story. I hate drama, and I hate when people just talking ridiculous about other people because they had a problem. No, it isn't a disease. I understand that. And then they say, well, they had that choice. Some of the people didn't have a choice. Their doctors give them the pain meds, and a lot of people don't even know until after they start taking them what it's doing to them, until the doctor cuts them off. Well, when a doctor cuts them off and they ain't got money, they cut them off them pills. Most of them are going to go to heroin, which is very, very bad. But I believe that this government did this shit on purpose, because you got all these doctors prescribing these opiates left and right. I know people that started getting pain meds for like the most ridiculous stuff, and they're like, "I wish I would have never started on these." True. Like, I know people that actually have lost great jobs that they had, and they got hurt, and for the time being that they was off of work, they was on the opiates. Well, when the doctor takes them off of the opiates, and you're like, then they go and start buying them, because you can't just quit taking an opiate. Yeah, I know y'all there's going to be a lot of people saying, well, they can just quit. No, they can't. Opiates is very, very painful coming out of your system. The withdrawal from opiates is ridiculous. It comes out of your bones, y'all. Now think about that. That is going to hurt bad. I've actually even heard of people taking their own life from being so depressed on opiates. Well, whenever you're going through opiate withdrawal, I mean, y'all can Google it. You're going through opiate withdrawal, depression is one of the biggest things of it. Besides, about that, y'all. My camera keeps on screwing up and shutting off. I don't know what's wrong with it. But anyway, like I was saying, you know, you got physical and mental that comes along with this opiate withdrawal. You know, and like I was saying, man, people that's going to these methadone clinics and are going there to get help, y'all shouldn't be putting somebody down that's actually trying to better their life. You know, just because you never did it doesn't mean, you know what I mean? Like, it don't give you the right to put somebody down. You know, if you have never taken an opiate and never have been addicted to an opiate and let an opiate withdraw from your system, you will never, ever know how it is or how it feels. I don't care how much you read in books or how much you read on the internet, you are never going to know how that person feels laying there getting out of these opiates. Now, when you watch movies and these people are laying there sweating and turning and barely, listen, that shit is true. It is true. And you can't just quit taking an opiate. I know people say, oh, that's all in their head. That's all in their head. You know what? You're wrong. I'm sorry, but you're wrong. It's not all in their head. I mean, everybody's supposed to love your brother, man. You know? You shouldn't be putting somebody down. You know, I don't even put people down to go to the methadone clinic to get that high. Because, you know what? That's on them, not on me. I don't put anybody down for anything they do. And y'all shouldn't either. And I'm sorry if you don't agree with me. But I just want to let y'all know that you're putting somebody down that's trying to better their life. Okay? And most of them ain't going to that methadone clinic to get that free high. Like, and you will never know, like I said, unless you have been on it. Now, I know, like, probably 90% of the families out there today has at least one person that is addicted or was addicted to an opiate. Now, if they go and they get help from the methadone clinic and they wean all the way off, and then they decide to go back to the pills or the heroin or whatever, then yeah, you know, them people, why do it? You know, why go get help? If you're not ready to go get help, don't do it, because you're just wasting your time and everybody else's time if you're not ready for it. And you know yourself if you're ready. And that's another thing, y'all. You can't force somebody to go get help if they don't want it. Look, this camera's going to drive me up the wall. Sorry about that again. But like I was saying, shit, I lost my train of thought. But, oh no, like I was saying, if they're not ready, y'all, you can't force them to do it because it's never going to work. Like, I know families that has scraped up money to send a family member to treatment to like a facility, rehab. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Rehab. And then they go to rehab and they come out and they're out for a day or two and they're right back into it. Like, I have actually know people that has told me that they have went to rehab to lower their tolerance. That's crazy. Them people do drive me up the wall. Listen, don't waste their time. If you're not truly going out there to get help, don't waste nobody's time. I'm sorry, I mean, it sounds kind of harsh, but, you know, that is why people that are trying to get help, everybody looks bad at them, because y'all that use the system and use the rehab for that reason. But people that are addicted, you know, when I was addicted to opiates and I was doing the pills, I really didn't even care what anybody thought of me or anything. I really didn't. And sorry y'all, but I didn't care. I didn't care what anybody said, what anybody thought. You know, I was just like, hey, I don't care what you do, what you say. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Well, you know, whenever you're like almost losing your family and like everybody's looking down on you, like you start to think, you know, hey, what am I doing here? You know, you're basically killing yourself. But, you know, I laid there some nights and I just thought, I just wish I could stop this. You know, I hate myself for what I'm doing. Why can't I just stop this? You know, I've been there and I prayed at night to God, you know, God, please help me. You know, and finally, yeah, I did go get help and I got treatment. And I'm sure there's still people that put me down, you know. Oh, he's nothing but a drug addict. You know, I mean, I guess I'll always be a drug addict, but I'm not using, you know. So, and hopefully I don't ever try to use again, because I don't want to be that person no more. You know, I was a straight up asshole, you know, excuse my language, but I was. And, well, people say I'm an asshole anyway, but, you know, that's me, I guess. But, you know, if somebody's going to get help, y'all, please just talk to them. You know, if somebody would have just sit there and talked to me when I was like that, you know, in that state of mind, like a lot of times I didn't want to talk to nobody, I didn't want to hear it. But, you know, it might seem like you're not getting through to them, but as you tell them that, when they're by themselves and they're sitting there, they're going to think about what you told them. I mean, you can't hound on somebody, but eventually they're going to look to get help, hopefully. You know, I don't wish anybody to overdose, because that has to be one of the worst ways to go. You know, you don't even know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, at least whenever you're sick, you know, you're eventually going to do this. But, you know, these people out here, 19 years old, 18 years old, 20 years old, in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s, that's too young to die, man. Y'all's dying for overdose. It's too young to die. That's another thing that really makes me mad, is they'll get people and they'll say, why they give them Narcan to bring them back? If they're going to die, just let them do it. No, you know, that's ignorant, y'all. Don't wish death on no one. You know, that could be your family member, your brother, your dad, your sister, your aunt, your uncle. That could be your loved one laying there, and somebody saying, don't give them Narcan. They shouldn't have did that. It's not right, man. It's not. Now, the people that say, well, I can get as high as I want, they got Narcan. I'm about to break this camera, y'all. But anyway, yeah, they say, oh, they got Narcan, they'll bring me back. No, that ain't right. But I will never, ever wish anybody to overdose. You know, if I could save one person from overdosing, you know, you know, that would be awesome. People are dying way too young, like I said. And, this epidemic with this opiates, I wish it would go away. That's why I can't believe that, it's, I don't even know what to say about, what I mean? Because it's horrible, horrible. This is the worst thing that I've ever seen go on, you know what I mean? Like the coke epidemic, the weed epidemic, but look, I mean, people even put down smoking weed. That's a gateway drug. You know what, y'all? Not everybody that smokes weed's going to go do coke or go smoke crack or go shoot heroin or snort heroin. Not everybody's going to do that just because they smoke weed. I mean, look at Willie Nelson. Just because Willie Nelson smoked weed doesn't mean he's going to go and shoot heroin, or snort heroin. I mean, and that's why they're trying to legalize weed, man. I mean, I don't smoke it. Sometimes I wish I did because it would probably help my disease that I have, which I actually do have, and I should be on pain pills, but guess what? I don't want on pain pills anymore. Because I know that I will go right back to where I was at. Like, I could take them to where they was regulated, where I took them the right way. But no, you can't. Especially if you got an addictive personality like I do. Like, I take everything to an extreme. That's why I don't drink. I don't smoke weed. I don't do anything anymore. Because if I drink, like my doctors tell me, oh, you got this bad blood. That's what's wrong with me. I got peripheral vascular disease, and my blood's way too thick. My doctors tell me you should drink 1 glass of wine a night. It will help your blood. And I try to tell them, look, I can't do that. Because the way I am, I know. I'll have 1 glass, then 2, and then a bottle. And you can get cheap wine. Look, at Wild Eye, you can get a half gallon of Wild Eye for what, $15, something like that? But I don't want it no more. And hopefully, y'all that's on the opiates could open your eyes and say, I don't want it no more, I want help. And listen, if y'all need help and want to leave a comment below, or want me to email you, just leave your shit down there in the comments. I'll email you. I'll talk to you. Listen, if somebody needs somebody to talk to, like, hey, I think I'm going to get high, let me call him and talk to him. Listen, y'all send me your information in email. I will email you right back. Well, as soon as I get the email, I will email you right back as soon as I get the email, because I will talk to anybody to try to help them. If you think you're going to get high and you email me at 3 o'clock in the morning and I hear my email go off, I'll email you back. Just because, listen, I know how it is. And I know how it was trying to get clean and not having nobody to talk to. Just because I thought, well, I can't talk to this person or I can't talk to that person. But I'm sure, like my girl, I'm sure I could have talked to her. But you know what? She's never done drugs. So, she don't know basically what all I went through. But I can say she stood by my side through the whole thing. She did. Wifey stood by my side through the whole thing. And y'all know what? That's a wonderful thing whenever you got somebody like that. Her and my mom and my one brother. Me and my one brother got clean together. I won't say his name on the internet just because, but he knows who he is. And, I'm glad he got clean. So happy he got clean, because I don't want to have to sit here and worry about my little brother, or when that phone goes off in the middle of the night. Now, you know what I think when it goes off in the middle of the night? Oh, somebody's probably just giving me the wrong number. You know, when it go off in the middle of the night, before I'd cringe, you know, worried, oh man, I hope they ain't calling me about my brother. And I'm sure he probably thought about the same way about me, you know what I mean? And that's a terrible thing to say and a terrible way to live, y'all. You don't want it. And like I said, if you need help and you ain't got nobody to talk to, leave me your shit down there. I will glad you send you my email so you have somebody to talk to back and forth through email. I mean, I don't even care if you're addicted to alcohol. You don't have nobody to talk to. You're addicted to crack. You're addicted to cocaine. I don't give a damn what you're addicted to. I don't care if you're addicted to chocolate. If you need somebody to talk to so you don't go mess up and get high or screw up, you know what? Shoot me an email, man, and I'll help you out. I mean, I can't give nobody no money or nothing like that, but I will talk to you. I will talk to anybody. I'm one of the nicest people that you ever will meet. Just don't screw me over, y'all. You know? And that's how most of the people are that I know. But, you know, and the screwed up thing is, you know what? Man, I'm about to toss this darn thing out the window. But you know what? I'll have some more talk about this later. I'm going to go in here and chill for a little bit. Hey, y'all, thanks for listening to me. And like I said, if you are an addict and you are trying to get clean, hey, y'all, my prayers are to you. But to you all that never done opiates and just want to run your mouth, listen, please help somebody instead of talking about them. They need your help. Serious, y'all, they do. They might say they don't, but they do. All right, y'all, this is Skits. I'll be back at you soon. Have a good day, y'all.